Hello my friend, today in this video I'm going to demonstrate which watercolor reflection works best and why. So today I'm going to paint here in this one the boat reflection and the same thing it will here will paint here, and we'll see the differentiation here, what actually works here, right? So let's go ahead and I'll quickly paint this. This one you see here, this is the water, and this color is blending. That's fine. You're actually the color of this boat is actually coming here and falling in here. That's fine, okay, but it's not so contrast. There is no sign of having these colors are actually falling into this. Have you ever felt stuck with your watercolor progress? That's exactly why I have created my Patreon watercolor art community. Inside, you will find a step-by-step learning journey, carefully designed to accelerate your growth week by week. This is not a random content, it's a proven roadmap where you will always know what to focus on, how to practice, and how to apply each lesson to your own art. And that's the best part. You will be learning alongside a global community of artists, sharing your progresses, asking questions, and celebrating growth together. So, if you are serious about improving your watercolor skill, this is the fastest and most inspiring way forward. Join today and begin your structured journey to becoming the watercolor artist you have always wanted to be. So, what we'll do is we'll use the same color here. I will take this Bunsiana and I'll add a very little ultramarine blue here, okay, and I'll just quickly I'll make these. Now important part is look at my brush. It's not like I've just taken the color and I'll just apply it here. Look at my brush and it's this the strokes. I'm just making a tiny small strokes, okay. So this actually gives me the idea of the initial level of the detail of this boat, okay. Now further going on, I'll just take this Bansiana lighter pigment here and I'll just apply it here again, okay. It's too much water, so I'll just remove the extra water and I'll go ahead and I'll paint it. What I'll do is I will not just let it blend everything here. I'll just leave this white visible, and the reason I'm just doing it because it will bring a dimension to your artwork, okay. Now see, I'm just very carefully, I'm just holding this brush, see, like a pen, okay, because it's a small artwork, so it's very important. You can just paint something like, you can't hold something like this. You can, if you have a better control on it, you can do that, but I'll not advise you at this moment. If you have just started working watercolor, I would not recommend you to do this, okay. Now I'll just add a bit of value here and there, okay. Now see, this is, you can clearly see the difference between these two, right? This is exactly you need. I'm just playing around with this two color, which what we are been using it here, all right. And this is a couple of people here, all right. Now there is a water, I'll just remove that up, and now I'm just using the same green here. This is horizon green, so I will take this green, but I will not use the exact what it is. I'll just add a bit of Bansiana to reduce its pigmentation, right? So it will not be contrast green. Now here we go. I'll just use it here, but again I'm just leaving that white visible so you can clearly find out its demarcation. It's like here, something like this. It's very tiny and not everywhere. Somewhere actually you are meeting with this and letting it to blend. That also is, you can just do that, all right. So now I will also leave that another line here, which is the line of this that's the one outline on the boat basically, and now here this is going like this. All right, now, oops, I've taken this burnt sap green. I'll stick with the same color here. Okay, so I'm using, see what happened. All right, that's okay. Okay, so now I'll use the lighter color because the light is coming from here, it's falling from that side. So I want to make this portion a bit lighter here. So I'm just using a lighter color of green and letting it bleed and blend together these color. That's completely fine. All right, now this is fine. We got this upper section of this. Now let's also work on the human there. It's so now if you are getting too much of water in your brush, immediately you just take a sponge and remove this extra water and you'll be good to work on this. Now see, water is absolutely gone, and now I'm just using it here, and I just made it completely like, let me use a bit of red here to bring some contrast. All right, now this is what we have. Now we also have, let's say, make a head of, okay, so that's where it's so contrast, so enjoy that. That things that happens, you should be enjoying this. All right, so now the important part here is the water, right? So for the water, I'll just remove this extra, the greens and all. So I'll use this ultramarine blue and I will use it here just beneath of this. Okay, but I will also use this color and make it a bit darker here, because we have used here the darker pigments here in this, so you'll have a better way to tackle this entire thing. And now we have this color bit more darker. I'll just make it more darker here. All right, because it's a lot of dark, the value it goes here into this section, so I'll just use it here only. I'll make this darker pigment. And now initially what we did is we had just not, we haven't painted anything here, like we just applied the first layer. But in first layer itself, what I'm doing is I'm just making things like a bit of something like this, a reflection. This goes something like this. Very spontaneous way of doing this. Okay, and this actually starts from here, goes something like this. On the edge we are just applying the, like it's a zigzag. So water is actually, it's a water is moving, it's movement. To show its movement, we are just giving this darker pigments with this, and we can just make something like this, like this. right? It's broken. I mean, you can't just paint everything here together. Okay, so I'm just adding a bit of more darker pigments here now. It's a wet on wet an approach, and that's exactly, I'm just applying it here in this section. It's a We have an opportunity to do this, so we are all just doing it here. Okay, something like this. All right, now we will just allow this to dry. Okay, and once this will dry, we will come back and we'll paint it further. All right, now you see this is dried, and now you can clearly see the difference. In this, what we have done is we wanted to paint this reflection later on in our second layer. That's exactly it is, right? The water we have already painted. But thing is, here it is, if you look at this particular one and this one, you'll see that this particular shades, the value which is there, the light is coming from this side. The values actually started, and it's started from here and it's merged and blended all the way from top to down. So it gives you a very cohesive feel to it and feels like, oh, it's a part of it. Whereas if you look at this looks like a, it's like you're working on an individual way, and that. I mean, I'm saying, I'm not saying that it's not a good way to do that. A lot of people are doing in this way also. But the thing, like, if you wanted to get a real pleasure of doing watercolor, the reflection, this is the best way to do this. Now, what happens is, let me just quickly give you an example. Let's say if you wanted to paint this particular uh, you know and you have to tell me that, okay, so which way, which one you like it. So probably a lot of people, they just paint something like this. Okay, now they'll just go something like this, and okay, so just made it something like this, and that's a little bit of work here. Okay, and now you are actually adding those detail here in this one, like something like this, because the light is coming from this side. So okay, and the reflection, the reflection on water, this is how basically it goes here. Okay, so I've taken the burnt sienna and ultramarine blue and a bit of green, and now basically you have started painting this particular reflection here. Exactly something like what we did here. The reflection, okay, and it goes here, something like this. Exactly the same thing. You'll create that the skill how to paint something like this, and it goes all the way something like this. Okay, exactly the same way what it is, but the only the difference is you are doing this detailing later on, not immediate. Okay, and this is the opportunity you will take to paint the reflection, a bit of reflection, the color reflection on these people. Okay, so this reflection will come something like this. All right. So this is the way. Let's add a bit of other details, something like you know some darker pigments, and maybe we can also add people just sitting here and they're just enjoying their boat experience on the river or wherever. So something like this. All right. Yeah. So this is the one of the example. But when it comes to this, you are actually doing the same thing what we have just done there. Okay. So we will just make these the darker pigments here, and whatever the value it comes here, so we'll go there. Most of the light darker values will come this side. Okay. And when it comes to this section, we will have more like darker pigments here. We are just painting this the upper section of this boat. Okay. And somewhere some darker pigments in this section as well, but mostly it's a textured one here. Now when we going down here this way, here in this section, so here we are actually adding another level, another layer of the reflection here. Okay, which is more darker than this. So that's the another layer on it. Something like this. All right. And again, we are just doing the same thing here what we have done earlier. Like this. So what happens is you have actually added another layer into it, and it's all merged here with these texture of, and the water reflection. We have just added another layer there. Okay. And now we can add some more texture here and there, so it will more look like a very engaging feel to it. Something like this. All right. And some scratches here and there, so you will have some highlight. Okay. And now we can just paint the people here. exactly what we have done there. Like this. Okay, and at last we can add, sorry, we can add some light here, the reflection of these human here in this as well. And try to, I'll just add a bit of other color here also, so it will look like part of it. Okay, there's just a feel to it. All right, so here what we have are two different way of painting, you know, the water and the reflection, something like this. Some different. So here what we have here, and now you can just feel, you can just see that what works best. Okay, the overall approach is same, but the only thing is how we are applying the layers, even with a first layer or in a second layer. When it's your layers are getting dried, then only you are applying the reflection. So what is the convenient way of doing this? So that's exactly we are just trying to do here, right? So I hope you enjoy this, and it's a fun to make water reflection. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, I'm inviting you to join my watercolor art community. This community where you want to be, because you will be meeting a similar mindset of people and the same values and the same vision what you have, and you will also have a very structured watercolor learning week by week. And it's not just about the watercolor, it's more about making a connection, making a real connection with a similar mindset of people. And I'm seeing a lot of people, they are improving, they are going from one level to another level, and this is how their progress is happening in this platform. So I'm inviting you to join this global watercolor art community, and I'm sure you're going to like it. And I'll see you next video very soon. You can watch this particular video for you, and if you wanted to be part of this Patreon watercolor art community, you can join this community clicking on this. Thank you so much, and have a great day.